You've done all the right things. You've taken her on numerous dates, you've made her laugh, you've proven to her that you're the man. But now you're both in the bedroom and it's time to perform. You get that feeling, that sinking feeling in your gut when you know that you should be escalating right now, but you're just not getting hard. She is seemingly growing more and more concerned. Oh Lord, I bet she thinks I don't find her attractive. What do I do? Performance anxiety is so unbelievably common amongst young men. I remember when I was back in school and somehow I garnered the attraction of a few girls in my year. And there was numerous occasions where I had the opportunity to actually have sexual relations with some of these girls. And each and every time I turned them down or I just messed it up by being, an awkward teenager. Which is quite shocking because the hard part is actually garnering the attraction from the women. The sex should actually be the fun, right? But with performance anxiety, the fun is stripped away and it becomes almost a task or a chore to try and complete, Nowadays, I've completely overcome all anxiety that I had, including my performance anxiety. Here are 3 ways to defeat performance anxiety. The second point I'm going to make is actually one of the biggest reasons why I think a lot of you struggle with performance anxiety, so make sure you stick around for that. Number 1, rack up some wins. Young men build their characters from the ground up. In terms of sexual marketplace value, young men, let's say 18 years old, start incredibly low in value. However, the 18-year-old girl that you could perhaps be pursuing is currently at her peak in her sexual market value. Not all hope is lost though, it just means that you have to work a little bit harder. Because frankly, the amount of options she has for horny 18-year-olds like yourself are astonishing. You need to stand out, guys. If I was a scrawny, skinny-necked virgin gamer like I was, I wouldn't have any confidence at all either. And if I did by some miracle attract a woman who would want to sleep with me, I would have such little faith in myself to perform that my dick would cease to exist. Build your character. Don't ever stop building. Men, build. If you're not building, you're decaying. And women have a sixth sense for detecting decaying men. And you know it deep down yourself as well. Do you really have to play Fortnite for 3 hours a day to wind down after a hard day at work? You might be able to fool yourself out of doing hard things in the short term, but your conscious brain knows what you did, and it will punish you by making you feel small, both mentally and physically. If you want your dick to work, then win every single day. Number 2, stop focusing on her pleasure. One of the most common things a lot of you are getting wrong is putting her pleasure on a pedestal. Putting your ability to make her orgasm on a pedestal. I'm gonna speak quite frankly now, and it's gonna feel weird coming from me because I'm very private with sex and my sex life, and I don't talk about it much on this channel at all. Women want to be ravished. She doesn't want some delicate little soy boy making love to her all the time. They don't want some dude who's so focused on making her orgasm that they're not even present in the moment. Imagine if you're her. She has you on top of her. She is sharing one of the most intimate experiences you could possibly share with someone with you right now. And every time she looks at you in the eyes, she can tell that you're somewhere else mentally. You're thinking about how you can make her come, the positions you can put her in. You're trying to recite the tutorial you watched 3 years ago. My controversial but true advice to you is the following. Fuck her like an absolute wild man. Don't think about anything other than your own pleasure. If going down on her is not authentic to your enjoyment of the experience, then don't do it. If finishing within 30 seconds and rapid fire rabbit fucking her is what you want to do, then do it. I guarantee you, if you adopt this mindset, you will be leaps and bounds above most other experiences she's ever had with other men. Ideally, she hasn't had any. Haram. But you boys are out here, in the clubs, picking up hoes, so, Every single other dude that she's been with is following some autistic routine that they read on Reddit. How to make her come fast. Reading some fat Reddit mods tutorial on how to make women come. Yeah, okay, buddy. Remain authentic to yourself and what you want to do. Don't conform to any ideas of what sex should or shouldn't be. And I promise you, you will be the best that she's had in her life. The third way to defeat performance anxiety is to stop sleeping with women you don't fucking like. You don't even like this bitch. I get it. A lot of you are probably out partying, catch eyes with a 7 on the dance floor at 3 a.m. It's getting to that time in the night, you know, you gotta go home with somebody, otherwise you're gonna be fucking wanking into a sock again, right? You lock eyes with her, come home with me, baby, and then you take her outside. As you go outside, under the streetlights, you suddenly realize that this 7 is actually a 4. Alright, well, whatever, you know, we've already left, I'm here now, she'll do. By the time you're in the door, you're ready for bed. But you almost have an obligation on your hands now. And you do want sex. You're a man after all. You're getting into it and you're just flaccid. She's rubbing it, it's just flaccid. Your dick is trying to tell you something, boys. Your dick does not want you to spill your divine seed into some mid-ass hoe. And rightly so. The party environment is not a good place to find good sexual partners. Consider this. The next time you get performance anxiety, is it because you don't even know this girl that you're about to share such an intimate moment with? Do you even like her? I do think it sadly destroys a piece of your soul in the process. And very good wifey material women can actually detect this in you. And they're turned off by this aspect. Have sex with women who deserve the intimacy with you. Share your divine nut with worthy women. I hope this video is helpful, guys. I understand that performance anxiety can be one of those painful and difficult obstacles to overcome because we often tie our manhood in with the ability to fuck and to please women, right? So my second point on taking away the focus from her pleasure and onto yours is hopefully going to do leaps and bounds for you. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button, like the video, get involved. And if you're interested in learning my pathway to financial and location freedom through video editing, then consider enrolling in my Video Editing Academy of Excellence. It's the first link in the description. Check it out. Take care, guys.